Welcome back, everyone. This week I went to Ultimate Terrain. It's a MX and Enduro course in Markham Fair. And I've never been to a MX course before, MX motocross. It's just opened up. They're still building it. They haven't actually finished building the Enduro course yet. So I came here to basically just give the place a spin, see what it's like, actually see how crap I am at actually riding, because it's a stark reminder when you come to a place like this how bad you actually are. So this is my first ever lap and the first ever time I've ever done any real jumps, and it's kind of scary, like, gotta admit, not used to the bike taking off, so I'm taking it super easy, of course, because it would be ridiculous not to. I've just put the whole lap down in its full so you can see how slow and crap I am at doing corners. Oh my god, it's awful. It's so bad. Pretty much everything that I could do wrong, I was pretty much doing wrong. I wasn't braking in time for the corners, so I overshot half the corners. I wasn't driving in a smooth line around the corners, so that didn't work so well either. I was always in the wrong gear. This is for the first 2 laps. I'm in the wrong gear. I bogged the bike down way too much. Yeah, it was just bad all round. Oh, and another thing, I had my suspension still set up for when I was in the trails, so it was super soft for quite a few laps. So every time I went over a jump or a whoop or whatever, it was just sending me fucking flying everywhere. And I actually down the PSI in my tyres again after I think over the whole day. I was looking at my speedo. This place is like 1.5 kilometers long apparently, and according to my speedo, I'd done 60 kilometers by the end of the day. So that's I can't do maths. 20, 40. It's 40. Oh, that took a while. Oh my god. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, anyway, so I did quite a few laps, probably about 5 with the soft wood clickers set, and then I stiffened them all back up. I put them all back up to what it was as default, and I didn't really play with them beyond that. I just set them back to default, and then I found the bike handling way better, especially through like the sand. This area is quite sandy around the first half of the track, and then first half of the track, and then after the whoopee section, it sort of gets a little bit muddy until you're going back down the straight where there's that big long jump again and the big long straight down the start. And that's all back to sand, so yeah, it handled a lot better once I put the suspension back. And then I also downflated my front tyres so that I could get more grip, because I was struggling with that. But I didn't really do that until about 30 laps in. I don't know why I didn't think of trying to just lower the pressure. Just didn't really cross my mind. I was too busy just trying to not die going over jumps. Didn't do any of the jumps fully, but I was getting pretty happy with them. I wasn't feeling like I was tipping forward excessively or tipping back. I'm trying to just keep a neutral position from like some of the videos I've seen online, and tips and tricks and sort of stuff like that, and it seemed to work fairly well. Just got to get more used to it and slowly and progressively get faster and faster, so that maybe I'll be able to do the whole jump at some point. So this isn't my second lap. This is like much later in the day now, and I've done many laps by this point, and I'm feeling pretty confident. Well, I say I'm feeling pretty confident. I still know I fucking suck, but at least I'm getting a bit happier with my braking. Like when I'm coming into corners, I'm trying to keep my ass right on the back of over the back wheel, so I'm like really far back, stood up, and then I sit down just before I get to the corner to help me go through the corner. Like obviously I'm staying far back to try and keep weight on the back wheel so that it brakes better. I'm not stalling as much anymore, because earlier in the day when I was coming into corners, I'd brake so hard for so long I just stalled the bike, even, and I haven't obviously pulled the clutch in fully, because in the woods you don't ever really tend to try and lose that much speed, or at least I don't, because I'm not going that fast, so I'm just not used to it. So yeah, like there's just a lot of things that I was trying to learn and trying to keep my elbow up on the outside and weight the peg and stuff like that to try and go through the corner more smoothly. But I was feeling better and smoother and progressively getting better through the day, which, you know, obviously once you've done 35 laps or whatever I had done by this point, you'd hope that I was starting to get a bit better. Yeah, so I was having good fun, like just a little razz around here, getting passed by kids on like 85cc's. Oh yeah, times. So, didn't manage to clear any of the jumps fully today, but you know what? I think I can live with that, because this is the first time I've ever been on an NX course. First time I've ever done jumps. Yeah, I can live with that. This is not like something I want to just be like full send, see what happens, because I could get really hurt, and that might be a bit of a dampener on my day. Suboptimal, some may say. But having looked over the clips, it looks like my best sort of times dropped to about 2 minutes 20. And having looked at the actual website's leaderboards, like the fastest times are in the minute 50s. So I'm a good 30 plus seconds behind per lap. So I know that I have some significant things to learn, especially on like the corners, keeping momentum, just going around the corners, and just going faster in general. But whatever, like this, it's my first time. It's acceptable. One other cool thing about this place is they're building an enduro section, which I'm really looking forward to. I saw the logs over on the side, and yeah, I'm really excited about that, because that's where I probably come and actually spend more time. If it was me, I would probably spend more time there. But like, whatever. That's because that sort of stuff would appeal more to learning how to do all the more enduro stuff, so that I can go to like harder trails like Breeds Mountain and stuff like that. So, you know, I just want to learn everything, but I just feel like I don't have enough time. Feels bad, huh? Yeah, so at some point as well, I picked up a puncture. I'm not sure if it was in the woods from before, because when I changed the tyre, the tube, there was like a little pinhead hole in it. So I either did it the week before or did it out on the track at some point. But basically by the time I got back to the car, and I was like, oh, my rear tyre's kind of flat. But then when I pumped it up, it held a bit of air, so a bit weird. But you can hear it wheezing out slowly. So yeah, that was probably the closest I came to actually clearing a whole jump, and it still was like a whole bike length short, let alone actually landing on the down ramp itself. Ah well, whatever. So yeah, heading back to my car. I say my car, it's actually my girlfriend's parents' car, and they're very, very generous of them to let me use it. Don't you shit on the little Rav. It's a very good little car, and it's done wonders, and it lets me get out to ride in comfort, so I love this little thing. It's great. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. See ya.
Tired.